Well, would you look at that? Everyone was correct in their assumption, because if you take a look at the Living Legend leaderboard for Classic Constructed, you can see they're gone. They aren't there anymore. And that's because they're down here. Zen, Tamer of Purpose, hits the Living Legend status with 1,000 points exactly. Got exactly 3 wins and got 1,000 points and is no longer here. And spoiler alert, alongside of him, his partner in crime, if you will, Enigma, Ledger of Ancestry, with 1,046 points, made her way out of the format as well. Classic Constructed will never be the same again. You will never financially recover from this, or maybe you will. I don't know. I don't know how that all works, but what I do know is that these two heroes and their demise in this metagame, well, let me show you what it does for the meta. It gives you a brand new top deck in the format, because as you see, the best deck now that those heroes are gone is none other than Aurora Shooting Star. Oh wait, no, she was already the best deck. Okay, my bad. She was already the best deck. She still is the best deck. Yeah, she claimed a ridiculous cornucopia of wins. What is that, 26 wins? Even with the news and the story being that, we're going to watch Enigma and Zen right off into the sunset. Even with all of that, she still takes a lion's share of the wins. I mean, you remove Enigma from it, and she's taken up like almost the rest of the board. Like, she almost equals the rest of the board, which is pretty insane, and she continues to be good. Now, the question mark being, with the rotation of these two heroes, do new heroes come out to play and try to answer her? And long story short, probably not, at least not to the point that will prevent her from also hitting the Living Legend status during this ProQuest season, which begs the question, what happens to the meta after she goes as well? Because I do believe she will go there. Now, I will say this. There are some people, and myself included to some degree, who do think that her win share will go down when some of these heroes that have been pressed down by Enigma can come up a little bit. I do think that Victor has some amount of capability to be built in a specific way to answer some of the things that Aurora can do. But I don't think it's so great that she can't overcome it and hit the Living Legend status, and I will show you why. Here are just some plain old Talishar results from March of 2025. I'm using March because it is one fully completed month of results. And if we look at Aurora Shooting Star and we track her results in March all the way over to where Victor is, they are literally 50-50. If she goes first, she has a 47% win rate based on 1.2 thousand games. And if she goes second, and he goes first, she has a 53% win rate. So essentially, it's a dead heat. If you compare this to what's going on currently in April with testing on Talishar, and you can take Talishar data however you choose. If you don't like this data, so be it. If you don't like that, it's showing a 48% win rate to his 52, then you don't have to believe that. At the highest levels, I'm sure Talishar data is worth literally 2 grains of salt rubbed together. But we're not talking about Pro Tours. We're talking about playing in ProQuests, which is a smaller tier event, a lower tier event. It is a more casual base, and really you can show up and see just about anything on this board at a ProQuest event. You could see a lot of these heroes played out at ProQuests, and so the question, of course, is, does he have enough of an edge to answer the best deck in the format as Victor? And with a, right now, 48% win rate and last month, 50% win rate, if you built the deck just specifically to counter Aurora, and then by proxy you end up countering Prism down here, that's great and all. But the problem is now New kind of comes out and gobbles you up, because New has a fantastic win rate into Victor. And then there are some other decks as well that kind of play this back and forth, will they, won't they, answer the meta type game. Like Kano, for example. If Enigma goes away, Kano loses that bad matchup, which we can see here shows at a 49%, but I don't believe that to be the case. And if Prism steps back, Kano loses his worst matchup with 21%, because of course Victor is going to kind of stomp and curb stomp, if you will, the Prisms in the room. Where's Victor? Down here. And Prism is right here. So he has a comfortable 55% win rate into a matchup that is not very highly played in April, but if we go back to March, it's even better for him. So all of this to say that some heroes start to shift around and answer each other, because Kano kind of answers Victor, Victor kind of answers Prism, and perhaps even answers, to some degree, Aurora, and Prism also answers Aurora, as you can see back here, 33% win rate for like 350 games played last month. These were two heroes that were not being touched nearly as heavily. Prism, right at the end, was pretty heavily tested, I would say, but not to the same degree as some of these other heroes. As you can see, she had a good bit of games played, but there's a bunch of these like kind of rock, paper, scissors type things with the heroes that start to happen when some of these bigger name heroes go. And the question will be, can any of them eat enough of the share before Aurora just hits the living legend status at the end of this ProQuest season? I don't think so. So if she ends up rotating, I think that there's a world that we live in where Aurora, Shooting Star, gobbles up, 1 or 2 weeks more of points. She only needs what? These are 3 wins per. I mean, what's the quick math on it? Someone do the quick math in the comments below. 3 points per win is what I should have said. And at 3 points per win, you're looking at like not many wins at all across the board over the next few weeks, because again, ProQuest is, with this new setup, 1,500 points. I could see her going. I don't know if I could see New going, though I do think if we look at the graphic, New has the capacity to gain a lot more ground in this current meta. New, if you're looking at her overall results into Aurora, New is right over here, right? There she is, kind of at that same place that Victor was sitting in, at this, like, it's really a coin flip, coin toss type of thing. If that's the case, does she and Victor kind of gobble up those meta shares to try and slow down Aurora? I don't think so. There could be a world where these heroes do gain enough points to rotate, and heck, I'll even throw this out there. There could be a concerted effort to try and get Azalea more points, but I don't think she would have the space to try and win this out, because I don't think she has enough play into some of these other heroes that might be rising up. She doesn't do well into disruption and things like that. Overall, though, I can see at least 2 more heroes rotating. If all of Part the Mistveil goes, every single bit of Part the Mistveil goes, and then Aurora goes as well in this ProQuest season, that would be 4 heroes rotating just immediately. That's a huge change to the meta, and what it does is it lays the groundwork. You know what it lays the groundwork for? Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. This is what it lays the groundwork for. Pirates, baby! It lays the groundwork for our next set, and Pirates. And by the way, if you want to pick up this shirt that I have now from IntoTheAM, check the link in the description, because this is literally the perfect shirt to represent Gold Kiss Rum. Look, I'll prove it to you. Gold Kiss Rum is a thing, and I definitely believe Gold Kiss Rum will be very good. Here, if I just click this button, you can see Gold Kiss Rum. Look, it's the shirt. You can have a Gold Kiss Rum shirt. Link in the description. IntoTheAM, they are making these incredibly soft, incredibly durable, and wonderful, vibrant colored shirts, and you can get this one along with me. A bunch of other people have gotten it with me, and we're all gonna wear them to the High Seas pre-release event. So if you want to pick up a pirate shirt and rep the IntoTheAM, you can alongside of me. All of this is going to shift the meta in a huge way to allow pirates to come out and really stake their claim in this upcoming meta. And I for one, can't wait, because I think everyone's going to freak out when we finally get our pirates. And I, for one, can't wait to serve our new pirate overlords, including Puffin and Gravy Bones and Marlin, who could be the best out of the bunch. But there is one thing, one issue, one problem I think we are going to face very quickly, and we're going to need some answers to with regards to these pirate heroes. Yes, the space will be made by the meta kind of shifting some of these great heroes out, but there is one just very important question that we're going to have to answer as the set is sort of spoiled, revealed, and people start playing with it. And that's going to be tomorrow's topic, tomorrow's video. So if you want to talk about pirates yet again, and I do think that this is an important topic to discuss because there's not answers in these small card pool that we've seen thus far, check out tomorrow's video. And of course, make the number go to the other number and buy a pirate shirt with me. We'll be pirates together. Oh, that's it, everybody. As always, everybody, thanks for watching.